Hi guys, welcome to my favorites of 2017 try-on style. So in this I am literally going to make an entire look. We have a whole bunch of stuff from skincare to makeup and brushes. All of my favorites of the year of 2017 in those three categories. We're gonna try and power through this. Without further ado, let's begin my favorites of 2017. So when I wake up in the morning, the very first thing I do is spray this on my face, and this is the Mario Badescu Special Cucumber Lotion. It looks like this, and basically I just dumped some of it into an empty travel spray bottle that I had that had a good spritz. I mix that with just a little bit of witch hazel and I spritz it on my face. It has that beautiful spa-like cucumber scent to it, and it just gives my face that extra splash of hydration that I need in the morning, especially in the winter months. And I love this, and it's pretty affordable. I think it's like $16 for an 8-ounce bottle, which isn't that bad. After that dries down, I go into my serum, and one serum this year completely stole the show for me, and I finally saved up enough money to get it during the Sephora VIB sale, and that is my Caudalie Vino Perfect Serum Eclat. This stuff is absolutely amazing. It brightens your face, it hydrates your face, it helps eliminate dark spots and redness and everything, and it is legit magic in a bottle. I don't know what they put in this, but it is worth every single penny. It's just a dropper, and I literally just drop it on my face like unicorn tears style. Shout out to the Fasari unicorn tears that went Instagram viral this year. And I literally just rub it in my face like that. Next, I go to my under eye cream. This hasn't changed in years and years, and honestly, at this point, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. You guys know I love this. It hasn't changed in so long, and I really don't think it's going to. It is my Clinique All About Eyes. This is a jumbo size. I think this is like 1 full ounce, and this lasts me like 3 to 4 months. It's $54, but I swear to you guys, it's worth it. I've never had an eye product do what this does for my under eyes, and I literally just take my ring finger and pat it in. It helps eliminate dark circles and puffiness and all that stuff that you don't want on your under eyes. This helps. It's, again, magic in a bottle. I don't know what they put in it, but I have yet, and I have tried a lot of under eye creams, and I have very bad under eyes. I have yet to find something better than that so far. I know that's all like higher end skincare stuff, and I'm sorry I don't have any drugstore skincare. But if I'm being completely honest, I really have yet to find something at the drugstore that works the way I want it to, yields the results I want to see. I'm learning now especially that skincare is something that's generally worth splurging on, just because it's better ingredients, it's more prone to work better and longer and faster, and unfortunately I just have not found anything at the drugstore yet that can replace my coveted high-end skincare items. But moving along, we got the hair up now. Let's start with the makeup. So I have 2 favorite primers, just how I did it last year. One for pore filling and one for hydration. The one for hydration is, again, and this is the second year, the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Primer in Mood Light. It looks like this. You guys have seen me use it a ton on this channel, and actually this one's almost empty. Now this is a little bit more splurgy item, especially for a primer, but for someone who has all of this redness and discoloration like I do, this helps even it out. It's kind of like a redness corrector or like a color corrector. So if I put it on, it will give me a little bit of a glow. It will give me hydration, but it also kind of helps even out my skin tone, and I can't really complain about that. Now for pore filling, this is a little bit newer one. It's never been in my favorites before, and it is the Clinique Pep Start. And I actually found this at TJ Maxx for $7. I'm not kidding you. TJ Maxx, $7. I think this retails for like $29. So it comes in this little blue jar like this, and it's really like a moisturizer. It is basically like a moisturizing lotion. However, it does fill in your pores. So I tend to just put this right around my T-zone and just kind of press it in, and it does give that nice blurring effect without the silicone-y primery feel. This really seems to do the trick and give the same effect as those silicone primers do. So moving on to foundation, I have two favorite foundations that I want to share with you for the year, and both are drugstore. Here are my two most used foundations of the year. Over here, we have the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse. This thing is a perfect color match for me. It gives medium to full coverage, and I think it's under $10. And over here, for those of you who are a little bit more oily, who would like some more matte coverage and not the dewiness of this, this is the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation. This came out earlier in the year, and this and the Pro Glow I mix together all the time, and it makes like the perfect foundation for me. But this is a very moussey-like texture, but it is super full coverage, and it does go down to like a natural matte finish. So on the days I am feeling a little bit more oily, especially in the summertime, this was my go-to. Now, this is the first time any foundation has knocked out my Too Faced Born This Way, and I do still have that foundation. I actually just bought a new one and I love it, but I figured I'd change it up because these were really the ones I used more than anything this year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Infallible Total Cover with my favorite brush, which is the IT Cosmetics number 101. This is a little travel size. These are really hard to get now. They used to sell them, but they don't anymore. But they do sell the full size of this at Ulta. I think it's like $25. And every once in a while, if you buy an IT Cosmetics brush at Ulta, they will throw this guy in for free. I need to buy one because I use him all of the time. I've had him for years and years and years. He doesn't shed, he blends beautifully. It's just a really, really good brush. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this on the areas where I'm more red and I need to conceal more, and then we're going to go in with the Dream Wonder on top. See how it kind of just took away most of my redness? Now we're going to go on to my favorite sponge, which is the Beauty Blender. I'm sorry, I just have not found anything that is quite like this yet, like has the density, the squishiness, the softness. I'm trying really hard, but so far, I wish Real Techniques never changed their sponges because I loved those sponges, but ever since Real Techniques changed their sponge formula, I just can't get behind it. But now we're going to go in with the Dream Liquid Mousse from Maybelline, and we're just going to put that on the areas that I didn't do with the L'Oreal, and then blend it out with a Beauty Blender. Moving on to concealer, I have two favorite concealers. One, of course, is Tarte Shape Tape, and the other is an oldie but a goodie that I recently discovered this year, and it is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I remember before this came out, this was everyone's go-to, and I just never got to try it. And now that I have, I've completely fallen in love with it. Just depending on what undertone I generally go for is the one I use, because this one is much more yellow toned. This one is much more pink toned. So today we're going to go with this one, which is in the shade Light Medium. And you guys have seen this in action all over YouTube, so you really don't need me to show you. But as for the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, I do really love the very gel-like quality of it. It is full coverage, although I don't think it's as full coverage as Tarte Shape Tape, but it is still really full coverage, and it really feels very lightweight on the skin because it's that nice, almost gel-like formula. It's very blendable. I don't have a lot of creasing with it, if at all, and it really just, like I said, depends on what undertone foundation I've decided to wear for the day, because like I said, these do tend to run much more yellow, and these can kind of be yellow and pink. So for contouring this year, I found the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. This is just a little mini size, and I have never looked back. This thing is absolutely amazing. I have used it to the point of no return. That's literally all I have left, but it makes it so easy. It's the perfect shade. It blends out so quickly, and it's really like a flawless contour in a matter of seconds. It's literally as easy as drawing the lines where you want the lines to be, taking your sponge or your brush or whatever it is you're going to use, and blending it out. and it works amazing. I can't say enough good things about it, and I've never found anything that works that well that doesn't blend out to nothing. Like I used to love the NYX Wonder Stick, however, I would put so much of it on, and as soon as I'd hit the sponge with it, it would just dissipate into nothing, and it wouldn't look like I put anything on my skin. With this, you can definitely see that I put something there. Now, to go along with that, I have two favorite liquid and cream highlighters. For my favorite cream highlighter, it is the Benefit What's Up Highlighting Stick. It's just a really beautiful color sheen highlight that just really blends right out with no problem. And my favorite liquid is actually the MAC Strobe Cream. I've talked about this to death. I keep meaning to go buy a full-size one since this is just a trial size, and I just haven't gotten around to it, but this stuff is so beautiful. And before we set the face, I'm just going to put this on the high points of my cheekbones and just blend it out with my sponge. See, it just gives you that beautiful, like, almost wet look. And for the heck of it, I really like using this for my nose. And just blend it out. So now that we've put all of our liquid on, we can go back to actually setting the face. I do have a favorite drugstore setting powder and a favorite high-end translucent setting powder. And hands down, my favorite drugstore finishing powder is the NYX HD powder in Banana. And as you can tell, I have totally hit pan on it. Like, I need to get a new one ASAP. And I will typically use this to just set my eyelids after I put the concealer on, just like an eye primer. So there's no creasing because I do have hooded eyes. And I do also use this on my forehead, above my upper lip, on the sides of my nose and my chin. Because it is that banana shade, it does brighten. So, and this is one of my favorite brushes. This has been in every favorites video I've ever made, and it's only like $3. It's the e.l.f. small tapered brush, and it is just the perfect brush for everything. It is the perfect multitasking brush. Now I'm going to go into the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores pressed powder to set the rest of my face. Now this is just a pressed translucent powder. As you can tell, I've kind of started to hit pan on it. I do have it in a loose powder form as well, but it's just easier, especially if you're traveling or doing touch-ups at work, it's just easier to carry this. So same brush, I'm just going to dip into it and just kind of lightly set the rest of my face with it. And it does really help kind of reduce the look of pores and make your skin really look super smooth and porcelain-like. So now that our base is set, let's move on to blush and bronzer. I have two blush favorites, one high-end and one drugstore. My high-end one is this Tarte blush in the color Entertain, and I'm really kind of at the bottom of it. It's just that like kind of pinky rose like color. I'll swatch it for you in just a second. And my other newly found favorite is from Pixi, and it is the Fresh Face Blush in Beach Rose, and it's just a little bit more red or brick toned than the other one. I'll swatch them side by side. So here is the Tarte one, and that is the Pixi one. Now this does look really brown, but it just does something to your cheeks that's just stunning, honestly. And I think the Pixi one is the one I'm going to use today, and I'm going to use my favorite Real Techniques blush brush to apply it. Now this brush I love because it just picks up the perfect amount of blush without going overboard. And it's super easy to clean too, and it dries really quickly. There's no shedding, and it just kind of does everything you want it to do. Now for my favorite bronzers, I have a total oldie but a goodie and a newfound love. My oldie but a goodie is these Wet n Wild Mega Glow bronzers. As you can tell, I've depotted mine because I was an idiot and I thought it'd be a good idea to depot them. Now I wish I didn't. But as you can tell, this is my second one, and it's getting pretty low. So I absolutely love him, and they're so affordable. I think they're like under $5. The other one that I've recently discovered thanks to an Ipsy bag is by Glamour Dolls. It's a collab with Lisa Frank. Look at that packaging. Is that not the cutest packaging you've ever seen? But it's the Lisa Frank and Glamour Dolls Bitten and Bronzed Matte Bronzer. So you open it up and it looks like this, and it's just like the perfect matte bronzer. I love it. I actually think this is the one I'm going to use today, just because you guys probably all know what the Wet n Wild's Mega Glow Bronzer looks like. So again, I'm going to take my e.l.f. small taper brush. I told you guys I use this for everything. And we're just going to warm up the face in a 3. So we've gotten through skincare, primer, foundation, concealer, blush, bronzer, and setting powder so far. So let's take a break from the face right now and work on the eyes. I have 2 eyeshadow palettes that have absolutely been my ride or die for the entire year. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, they're both high-end, but they're both absolutely amazing palettes that I think you can really get almost any look out of. And they are the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette and the Tarte Pro palette. Now I know you guys saw all the buzz with the Sweet Peach palette. I really thought it was going to be too good to be true myself, but lo and behold, I got it and I love it. I can't stop using it. The colors are just beautiful. They're so buttery. They work so well, and I love this palette. I love every look I've ever done using this palette, and I cannot get enough of it. As for the Tarte Pro, these are all matte shades with 4 shimmer shades on the side. And what I like about this is you really have a range to do whatever you want. You have cool tones, you have warm tones, and the fact that they're all matte means you have so many transition shades, smoky shades. You can really create pretty much any eye look you want with this palette. And they blend really well. They kind of swatch crappy. Like, I remember I did a whole review video on this, and my first impression was that I hated it because I swatched them and they swatched so bad. But then when I actually got to like put them on my eye and play with them on my eye, I was really impressed. Plus you get this giant mirror. So it's good for travel. It's like you're all for one for travel. Today maybe I'll use a little bit of both, but I'm going to start with Sweet Peach. Oh my god, I can't talk today. I don't know what's wrong, if it's just because I really haven't filmed a lot in the past couple months, but like my ability to talk on camera has dramatically decreased. Oh my god, I still can't talk. But we are going to start with Sweet Peach. So the first thing I always do is take this color, Georgia, right here, and that's my transition, that's my base. It goes everywhere. So I'm using one of my favorite brushes, and you can find it at the Dollar Tree for literally $1, and it is the Wet n Wild Crease Blending Brush. So I just take Georgia, and I put Georgia all over the crease as my transition. Now if I want to deepen that up a little bit, I'll go into this color, Innocent. It's the second shade in the Tarte palette. It's very similar to that Georgia shade, just a little bit more darker. And I'll just throw that in on top, and it'll really carve out the shape of my eye. Oh, I just gouged out my palette with my nail. No! Anyway, I'm going back into the Sweet Peach palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here called Bellini. It's probably my favorite shade and my most used shade in the entire palette, and I'm just going to douse that all over my lid. And it's going to create this really beautiful peachy pinky color all over my lid. And this is really like my everyday get ready like tutorial, basically. This is pretty much the same routine I do every morning when I'm getting ready for work. Just much quicker. But I can pretty much do this whole look in under 20 minutes. Alright, so now that Bellini's all over the eye, I'm going to take this Luxie 231 tapered blending brush, and I'm going to put some of Summer Yum in my crease, which is this guy right here. And I'm going to concentrate most of the color on the outer half of my eye. Then I'm going to go on top of that with Charmed, I'm sure, right here in the corner, and kind of just fill in an outer V. Next, I'm going to go back into my shading brush, the same one that I used to put Bellini on, which, by the way, is the Sigma eyeshadow base brush. I love this brush. I use it for everything. And I'm going to go into Caramelized, which is right here, the one I gouged my nail into, and Cobbler, the one right here. I'm going to mix them together and then put them on the outer part of my eye. If you guys hear that noise, by the way, it's my heater right now. It's currently about 3 degrees in Pennsylvania, and it feels like -7 with the wind chill, so needless to say, everyone has their heaters on full blast right now. We're gonna start doing some under eye smokage, and I'm basically just gonna reuse a bunch of those same colors I did. So starting with Summer Yum and then going into Charmed I'm Sure again. And for this, I'm using my favorite pencil brush. It is the Sigma E30 pencil brush. Finally, we're going to take my ultimate blending brush. This is, if I had to only pick one eye brush for the rest of my life, this would be it, and it has been in every favorites video I've ever made. It is the Sigma E25. This is just a mini travel size, but I love this brush. I cannot live without it. It is my everything. So I'm just gonna blend out what I just did under the eye and then just take it all around to make sure everything is totally blended. I'm going to grab my Morphe M432, which is just a very, very flat liner brush. And I'm going to grab Whimsy, which is a matte orange up here. And I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of Edgy, which is a brown down here, and put that under my eye as well. Alright, so let's do some eyeliner. I have 2 favorite eyeliners. My favorite black eyeliner of all time, and this was my same one that was in my favorites last year. It's from Thrive Cosmetics, and it is the Infinity Waterproof Eyeliner in Lauren. Now, it is just a typical pencil black eyeliner with a smudger on the other side. What I love about Thrive Cosmetics, if you don't know, is not only is this product absolutely amazing, and once you put it on, it is not going anywhere until you want it to, but for every product purchased from Thrive Cosmetics, they donate makeup to women in need, especially women battling cancer or going through chemotherapy, to help them feel more empowered and beautiful, which is something I can totally get behind, and I don't mind giving my money to a company that's like that. So this is just my favorite black eyeliner of all time. So we're gonna put that in my waterline and smoke it out a little bit with a smudger brush. And then my favorite colored liner has to be the gel liners from ColourPop. Any color, they're beautiful, they stay on, they apply super, super creamy and smooth. I never have to really pull or fight with them. They last for forever. They're the longest lasting colored eyeliners I've ever seen. They come in so many different colors. They are so affordable. They're under, what, $5, $6? Alright, so the majority of the eye look is done minus liquid liner. I'm going to save off on the liquid liner because you guys know I'm not the best with that, and to be quite frank, I really don't wear it a ton, but when I do wear it, there is only one thing I go to. But we're gonna skip ahead for a moment because that could ruin this whole thing. We're gonna move on to brows right now, and I have 3 favorite brow products to share with you guys. The first one is an oldie but a goodie. It is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I have to add this because quite frankly, the colors are pretty good. It applies just like high-end stuff, and it's half the price. You can't beat it, and it just makes it so easy. You have your spoolie, you have your precision tip, and it just works. So if it works and it's that good and it's a cult classic, you have to add it in your favorites. I'm just gonna take this, brush through my brow really quick, and fill it in really super quick. Alright, well today is the perfect definition of brows are sisters, not twins. Today, they might be neighbors. My next favorite product, and RIP, I hope they bring it back, it is the Benefit Gimme Brow. I am so sad that they pulled this off the shelves. In case you don't know, Benefit pulled the Gimme Brow Mascara from all shelves back in October because they pulled it voluntarily because it could cause irritation if someone like directly stabs it into their eye.
Well, no shit.
But Benefit apparently felt that there was a concern, so they pulled every Gimme Brow from every retailer, and I don't know if they're reformulating it. I don't know if they're ever bringing it back. I hope they are because it is my absolute favorite. It adds dimension, it adds color, it fills in sparseness, it helps set them. It does everything, and I'm really a little sad that they pulled it from the shelves, especially because I was about to go buy another one, and now I can't. And I don't know what I'm going to use in place of it. The last thing in my brow stip, and this is a little bougie, and I just started using it this year, but I have to say, it really is super glue for your brows, and it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. This stuff does not play. If you've ever used it, you know. If you put this in your brows ain't moving. But I don't like the fact that it's, what, $22 for a clear brow mascara? So yeah, so I only really use this if, like, I know it's gonna be a long day or I have an event or something to go to, but I must say, it really does work. So that's why it's in my favorites. All right, guys, we are getting towards the end. Now, we're gonna do liner. We're gonna try, okay? We're gonna try to do liner. Please pray I don't screw this whole thing up now. But my favorite liquid liner is this guy right here. And this is the Sephora Colorful Eyeliner 24-Hour Waterproof. So they have a ton of different shades in them. They're all 24-hour claims. They're all, I think, waterproof. And they're beautiful. And for some reason when I use this, it's this kind of a brush, kind of similar to like the Wet n Wild liquid liner that looks like this. But for some reason when I use this, my eyeliner just comes out good. And it really does stay for a very long time. It doesn't flake off, smudge off. They have a huge color selection. And quite honestly, half of this stuff is on sale. Like I got this and a pink one for like $5 each on the sale side of Sephora. And they're amazing. They really are amazing. So I'm going to try to use this one. This is like a sparkly grayish black. It's called Starry Sky. So let's hope I don't screw this up. So far so good. Problem is, can we get it to match now? This is the eye that always causes me grief. Whew! Alright, well, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good considering. So I love that liner. If you guys have never tried that liner, please go to Sephora, go online to Sephora and try it. I promise you will not be disappointed, and the price is really, really reasonable considering. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Let's finish the eyes off. Mascara time. I have two favorite mascaras. One has been my favorite for years and years and years and years since my channel started. The other one is a new one, which is probably going to be everyone's favorite this year. So the first one is the Ulta Legendary Lengths Mascara. This mascara is no surprise to you guys if you've watched my channel in the past. If you like length and you like that nice little curl, this is the mascara for you, and it's really affordable. It's $10. So it's like drugstore pricing. You get this really nice hourglass wand, and it lasts for forever, and it's really just as simple as that. Now it is a more thin formula, so it's not going to be clumpy at all, but it is kind of more of a thin, watery formula, but it really does give your lashes some length. The next one is going to be no surprise probably to anyone, but it is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. Now, I do kind of have a bone to pick with this. Same bone I have to pick with the Too Faced Better Than Sex. It can dry up quickly, and it can cause it to be kind of clumpy and flaky. Now, I've heard, I haven't gotten to try it myself, but I've heard that the waterproof version is better than the non-waterproof version. This is not the waterproof version. I still have yet to try that version, but I do like what it does for my lashes, just like I like what Too Faced Better Than Sex does for my lashes. But is it worth it if you have to get a new tube every month because it dries up so quickly? That's your call to make, but you cannot deny what it does for your lashes. Okay, so I think that is it, finishing of our eyes. So what do we have left? We have lips and highlighter. Let's finish off the highlighter with my favorite powder highlighter, which is Becca. Now, no specific Becca one in general. I just really love Becca highlighters. I think they're gorgeous. I think they last a long time. Sorry, I'm looking for my brush. And my favorite brush to apply these with is the Morphe M501. So it's like just a really long tapered highlighting brush, but this is in the shade Opal, cult classic, everyone knows it, and I just really love it. Yeah, it's just a beautiful shade. And it lasts, and it's super easy to blend out. It's not overly chunky or glittery. I just really have no complaints. I love Becca highlighters. Okay, lips. By far my favorite lip liner of the year, and this is the same one I had from last year, is the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner. Now I have two shades here, 09 Spice, which is this one, which as you can tell, this is like my third Spice lip liner of the year. I use it all the time. And this one is in number 3, Nude. They are super similar. I'll swatch them for you. So this one is Spice and this one is Nude, but they're really just like the perfect lip liner for me. They last a long time. They fill in my lips beautifully. They're just like that perfect color for the pigment in my lips, and I can't get enough of them, and they're a drugstore price. I probably should have sharpened Spice before I decided I was going to use it, so maybe we'll switch to Nude. I'm going to show you my favorite lip for each category, so like my favorite matte liquid lipstick, my favorite regular bullet lipstick, and my favorite like satin or not so long lasting lip. Hands down, and again, I just introduced myself to this year and I instantly fell in love. My favorite liquid lip that is matte drying is Kat Von D's Lolita. Specifically Lolita. Lolita is like perfect for my lips. I understand now why everyone loves Lolita so much. Do I wish it wasn't as drying? Yes. Do I wish it was a little more long lasting? Yes, because this actually doesn't stay on my lips very long compared to other liquid lips. However, the color is perfect. Like, it is perfect. My favorite satin lip, I guess you could say, is the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip. Just the formula in this, no specific color. This is the color Alyssa that Kathleen Lights made. However, the formula of this is what kills me because it's perfect. It lasts a long time without drying completely matte. It's just the perfect formula, and I love it. And of course, this has again been in every favorites video I've ever done. My favorite bullet lipstick is the Rimmel, specifically the Rimmel Kate Moss collaboration in Rosetto number 47. It's the perfect mauve. This and Lolita are extremely similar. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to use all three, if I can. I'm gonna put Lolita on first, and then in the center, I'm gonna put Alyssa on. And I probably can't use this then, but I will swatch it for you guys. There you go. It is just like the beautiful, most perfect, like brownie mauve natural lip color. I've gone through so many tubes of that, it's honestly not even funny. But we are going to finish our look off now with my setting spray, and then this video is done. That is all of my favorites for 2017. I am going to use the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This I like because I do see that it can hold onto my makeup. The sprayer on it is really good, just like the Urban Decay All Nighter. It's basically a cheaper version of the Urban Decay All Nighter, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. It does say 16-hour wear. I don't know if I'd give it a whole 16 hours, but it is pretty good. And that is it. That is all of my favorites. So I will zoom in so you guys can see a close-up of my makeup. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, like I said, if you want to see more, see when I'm uploading, make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe, and become a member of this family. As always, you can stay up to date on what I'm doing in my life by following my social media at Marcy_Kayy with 2 Y's on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Snapchat, anywhere. I'm there. I love you guys. I hope you had a great holiday season, a great new year, and let's kick off 2018 with a bang. As always, thank you so much for watching and taking the time to spend some time with me. I hope you have a great day. I love you, and I'll see you later. Mwah. Bye.